All right, we are ready. Welcome, everybody.
We are so excited to kick off this event, right, Carla? We've been scheming this and getting so excited about the month of April in general. But really, what we're excited about is Earth Week and our Earth Day celebration event, which is tonight. And I love, Carla, I got to give you credit because you came up with the name of this event, the Eco Chic Living. And I love it because we throw the terms around like green living and organic and all of it, but it's really about the lifestyle. And so I am so excited to have this conversation tonight. We want this conversation to be relaxed and informal, but we want the opportunity to have some fun, share some information, and hopefully have everybody walk away with some Earth Day info and some practical tips for your everyday life. So, are we ready to kick things off? I know Carla is always in the hot seat doing all of the behind the scenes IT stuff, which is no fun. So, thank you to you, Carla, for wrangling all of that.
Well, since we're talking about IT, what do you guys see on screen? Do you see the slideshow and the people talking, or just the
Mhm.
slideshow? You see everything? Okay, awesome. Yay. All right. So, what we're going to do is the first thing we're going to do is talk about why this matters, what we're going to cover, and about the prize at the end. So, if you can see the screen, there is a really cute eco-friendly grocery bag that we are going to be giving away. So I wanted to encourage you to stay to the end to find out how you can be entered to win that prize. So why does this matter? Why are we having this conversation? I'll let you kick that off, Daphne. Why is this important as a coastal scientist? Love your perspective.
Yes. So this is a topic that is very, very near and dear to my heart because it was actually what drew me to Shaklee. I am passionate about healthy living and wellness in general because I had a crazy scenario where I connected my cleaning products. Well, Carla helped me connect my cleaning products with headaches I was getting. And so this conversation that we're having tonight is meant to be a conversation that kind of is a lifestyle conversation and an everyday life conversation because there are individual choices we're making all day, every day that either help us or hurt us, and also help the planet or hurt the planet. And as Carla said, I'm a coastal scientist by training, so I like wear my science cap when we're having all of these conversations, but I also wear a mom cap. I have a 10-year-old, and it's really important for me to have a lifestyle that is safe and healthy for her and to role model that for my daughter who is watching all of the decisions I make every day. So does that help, Carla? Kind of set what
Absolutely,
we're
100%. And so today, what we're going to do is we're going to tell you a little bit about the Shaklee difference in sustainability. We're going to share some of our favorite cleaning products and swaps and how those are not only better for you, your hormones, your breathing, the environment, but they're going to save you lots and lots of money. We're also going to show you some demonstrations of how well these products work. And we're going to play a little game at the end, and I'm going to tell you how to win that prize. So with all that, let's get started. So I'm going to talk a little bit about, oh, and I forgot to mention, and then some of our people here on the call are going to share some of their stories and what their favorite green swaps are. So I'm going to share the story of why this matters to me personally. When I was 26 years old, I was a stressed out school teacher, and I was picking up everything that went around in the classroom. And then a friend introduced me to Shaklee, and she challenged me to take some of the supplements. She challenged me to use the green cleaners, and she challenged me to change out my skincare and beauty products so that I could reduce the toxic load on my body so that my immune system could work better. And it completely transformed my life. And that's why this matters to me, because these small changes that I made over time impacted not only myself, but 4 generations now, my parents, myself, my kids, and now my grandkids. And so that's why it's important. So I want to share a couple of quick highlights, a few little facts about Shaklee. We were the first company in the world to be climate neutral certified, and we've continued to do that for over 20 years. way before it was cool. We have kept 22 billion plastic bottles out of landfills, and we're going to show you that later when we introduce our flagship product. And we do that by using refillable systems like what we're going to demonstrate with you, that you refill the bottles instead of buying new bottles over and over and over. So let me see if I can technically do what I need to do next. Turn the slide. Yes. So why are we here? We're here to share those smart swaps that are going to help you have a healthier home and for us to have a healthier planet. It's going to be better for your health, your family, and the planet. And these small things, they do make a big impact. Oh, I just did that one. Okay. So let's take just a few minutes and share some stories. Oh, I messed that up, but okay, it's all cool. All right, we're going to share a couple of stories. Daphne, do you want to tell your story about what happened when you made these swaps?
Yeah, so I kind of teed this up when we were talking in the intro, but Carla and I were having a conversation. We went out for a cup of tea together, and I was complaining to her about headaches. And she listened very intently and asked me a few questions. And she was able to help me figure out that there was a pattern with my headaches. And as I said, I was a coastal scientist, and I just couldn't believe the pattern that she was pointing out, which was I was getting my headaches on the weekend. What was I doing on the weekend? Well, on weekends is when I was cleaning my house. And so she offered a little challenge to me of if I would be willing to swap out the cleaners that I was using for Shaklee's Get Clean cleaning product line. And honestly, I thought she was crazy because I thought, how could this possibly be the solution to my headaches? And these headaches were pretty debilitating to me. They would take me down for an afternoon, which was not the normal status of my health. And so, long story short, this challenge that she proposed to me, I got rid of my cleaning products. I started using the Shaklee non-toxic cleaners, and my headaches went away. Now, I'm not saying that I never get a headache, but the cause and effect of the toxins from the cleaning products that I was using at the time that I was getting at the supermarket, and I thought I was making smart choices, wound up being the source of the headaches. It was the toxic fumes from the cleaning products. And so that really led me into a journey of reading labels and becoming a label reading detective and being more thoughtful about the choices that I was making for not just my cleaning products, but what foods I was eating and what products I was applying to my skin. So it really launched me into a whole journey. And once I started using Shaklee products, I never looked back because it's a trusted brand. It is based on science, which is very, very, very important to me, and it's based on the purity and potency of the ingredients. So I could go on forever, but mom of a 10-year-old, love that I can share Shaklee with her and know that it is safe and trusted for her as well.
Right. I'm actually going to let you keep talking, Daphne, because I think that there's the slide it was supposed to be. This
Oh,
is
there we
a
go. Oh,
good
yes. I can show everybody the first
yeah.
product I ever used. So this is Basic H. This is a, I think, 16-ounce bottle. And this was the first Shaklee product I ever used that I thought Carla was crazy to recommend. It is a Basic H, is short for basic household, I believe, Carla, back in the day, but now we just say Basic H.
Yep.
And it's basically a super concentrate. So I take this concentrate and then I add it to 3 different bottles, which I'm going to show you. And it's kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. We have the light version, the middle version, and the heavy version. And what I do is I fill each of these 3 bottles with water, and then I add my concentrate to each of the bottles. And depending on how much I put in, so for example, the blue one is my window cleaner, and it only takes 1 or 2 drops of my Basic H concentrate to get this bottle going as window cleaner. And it actually works. Same deal for my green all-purpose bottle. So this, I'm adding a quarter teaspoon. Quarter teaspoon is not a lot. Adding it to my all-purpose spray bottle, and I'm ready to go. And then my degreaser, which is the toughest product on grease and that sort of like more of the heavy duty cleaning, this takes 1.5 teaspoons. And so this bottle on average lasts me about a year, maybe even a little bit longer. But it's fueling all of these products. So if you think about what you might have in your cleaning arsenal for your house, this is so compact, and I'm getting 3 different products. But the best part about Basic H is it does all of that, but then we use it to wash our car and we use it to wash our outdoor furniture. And I use it on stains sometimes around the house. And I use it to wipe down, like I have an exercise bike next to me and I use it to wipe down my exercise bike. Like it's got 1,000 purposes in our house. And it's safe enough that Lorelai, my daughter, can help me clean things. And that's a big deal for me because if you've ever been around like a heavier smelling cleaner that like makes your nose tickle or gives you the headache, you don't want your kids around that. I don't want to be around it either, but I love the fact that it can be safe. So did I cover all of your favorite points? What did I
Yes, you
miss?
did, but I'm going to answer Sylvia in the chat. Okay. So I want to move into, did you mention the cost savings that
Oh,
bottle
I didn't. I
and
didn't.
that bottle plus the 3 bottles is only about $25-30, and it's a year or more of cleaning products. So it's going to save you so much money. And one thing it is, did I say, I think I said this already. One of those bottles makes 5,800 bottles of window cleaner. I mean, if you just paid $1 for window cleaner, that's $5,000. $5,000. But
Shaklee used to have an advertisement for Basic H that also said, "Don't pay for water," and I loved that because when you're going to the supermarket and you're buying all of your cleaning products, you're buying them filled, right? So they've got the liquid in it and it's ready to go. But you're paying for mostly water because they're doing what we're doing here pre. And so I love the environmental impact of this as well because we're only paying for this to get shipped to my house. And then I can make all of my trio of bottles plus, plus, plus. So,
and these are not going in the trash, in the landfill. And that's how we kept 22 billion bottles out of the landfills. So I'm going to say, but does it work, right? That's what everybody says.
doesn't
How
work.
about we do the little demo I said I would do, which is the lipstick on a mirror. And what I'm going to do, y'all know how lipstick is, not easy to get off. Would you agree? Oh, the lighting. Okay. See it on there?
Yep, we can see it.
A window solution. I'm going to spray it on there. And then when you buy the starter kit, or you can buy these separately, you get this wonderful window cleaner. I've done lots of lipstick demos, so there's lipstick stains on it. But here we go. We're going to just wipe it off. Look at that. One good wipe. Got all the lipstick. Now we're going to polish it because y'all saw it wasn't very pretty when I showed it to you. Look at the polishing. Still a little bit, but this mirror's been put away for quite a while. Look at that. Isn't that
Looks good to
nice?
me.
Yeah, that's good.
This
I
is,
mean, I think the point that you're making too, Carla, is that unfortunately with cleaning products today, there's kind of the magical unicorn of cleaning products, which is, does it actually work? Is it safe to use? And will it break the bank? And the Shaklee products are an incredible combination because it's just not easy to find.
that's right. Okay. Now we're going to let Mary Grace is going to introduce us to another product and also tell her story of her making the swap and what a difference it made for her.
So when I first started with Shaklee, it was more on the vitamin side, and I remember Daphne, because she introduced me to the company, kept saying you need to get into the cleaning products. And I used to look at like underneath our sink. I'm like, I have so many products, like I don't need one more. Like I'll wait until this goes away, and then I'll buy the get clean the get clean kit. And I waited for a bit until it was Earth Day. I think I'm at 5, 6, 7 years. I don't even know how many years ago. And it said, if you buy the kit, we'll plant a tree. And I was like, well, I'm like, it sounds really nice. But I didn't really understand like everything that came into it. And this was me being like before having a baby and just trying to understand like non-toxic living. And it has made such an incredible difference with my almost 3-year-old. I mean, it was just a sigh of relief knowing that when he was crawling around, I mean, we didn't have, bad toxins, that he was putting in his mouth and crawling and everything. And I remember it was really hard for me to teach my husband that clean doesn't have a smell. And
Yeah.
so that it took years to be, 100% honest. But I remember one time he was like, I don't care. Like, I have to use Mr. Clean to clean this floor. And then, because he needed that smell, right? And then my son starts crawling and immediately he goes, I see what you're saying, and he washed the floor all over again. So it's just, and all the products, like I didn't use any other laundry when he was a baby. I was able to use, adult and child. Nature Bright with stains has saved so many clothing, on my side and his side as well. So it's just, I'm very grateful that I made that change. And it is insane to think that when I go to a grocery store, I never really have to go down the cleaning because I get it all shipped to my house. I know it's clean and it lasts for a long time. So the savings part of it, didn't come to me until after, but I was like, wow, I'm like, I haven't bought anything. Like, I mean, Carla, thinking about 5,000 bottles of Windex, and I have a lot of windows in my house, so I'm sure I would have been spending a lot. But my demonstration is a nice glass of red wine, where you take Nature Bright, which is like the laundry booster. You can use it in your laundry. You can also, I use it to clean my toilets because it actually makes it look nice and white and not Clorox for that smell. So here's the wine, and I'm going to put Nature Bright in there. And you can start to see it go.
It may not go all the way away because I think I didn't inform you well enough about the demo is to just tint the water with the
I
wine.
got a glass of wine here that now is now.
I I'm
I got it.
prepared
But I
here.
will tell you, it
Hold
is
on,
not
hold
like
on, hold on. Watch this, watch this, watch this. We're gonna put the Nature Bright in here. Okay. So just a little communication there, but we're good,
tell you.
watch
Oh,
this.
see now that's
Yeah.
how it should be.
So,
But I
so
will,
yeah.
it is lighter and
Just take another cup, put a little wine in it in the water, put just to tint the color, and then try it, and you'll see. Now, I want to tell a story about that. And the reason I asked you to try that with the wine is because one time I was at a Shaklee conference and we all were meeting and having dinner and wine. I think I was having sangria, and I had on a white um, denim jacket, and I spilled the wine on my denim jacket, or from the sangria. And there was no washing it before I got home. So once I got home 3 days later, I soaked it in the Nature Bright and our laundry for like 3 days, and I still have it in my closet. This jacket is pristine white. It's like it all went away. So that's how incredible it is. So Nature Bright is our laundry booster, and it can be used on colors and whites, and it's like enzymes, and it helps kind of bring the everything that's gotten caught in the fabric, dirt and sweat and stuff, removes it. It pulls it away and it gets out in the rinse cycle, and it makes the laundry work even better. So laundry booster. But we also clean toilets with it, and we have all kind of other little secret uses that we can use it on. So thank you, Mary Grace. Do you have any other uses for Nature Bright that you love it for?
I mean, biggest thing for me is a stain remover. I mean, that is with kids' clothes, like you never know what can get on there. But yeah, someone once posted about cleaning the toilets, and I was like, that's genius. And now my toilets are always sparkling white with no smell. So yeah, those are really the two that I use it for.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that. So, all right. So, Daphne, you were going to share a little bit about
I am.
Another product that we all love. The nickname is the pink stuff, but it's called Scour Off. And it is our heavy duty paste. I'll show this while she's getting her screen ready. Mine's almost gone, but this has lasted forever because you just use a little tiny bit. Smells so good, so good.
Are you guys able to see a
Yeah.
tea kettle? Okay. So 2 of these are mine, 1 of these are not. This is one of my personal before and afters that I couldn't believe. So as Carla showed, we have this little beautiful little tin of Scour Off, and it's a heavy duty cleaning paste. So this is like one of the big guns. But the funny part is I love the smell. I wish that you could smell it with me. You can tell that mine is well loved and well used. You can also tell if you look closely that I'm very lazy and I use my fingers when I'm using it because I don't worry about it burning or my fingers or, any sort of interaction like that. So I wet the tea kettle, I put some paste, I scrubbed gently because I didn't want to scratch my tea kettle, and that was the result. That simple. This was not like a complicated cleaning process. That was it. The next example is from Jen Lindley, I believe, another friend of ours who used it in her shower track. And this to me is such an incredible example because you can see it's the same shot before and after. Love it. This next one is my favorite because my husband and I have different cooking techniques. He is a chef, I am a cook. I did this accidentally to our pan, and I told him that Shaklee would fix it, and he did not believe me, but I used the Scour Off on the pan, and I actually have one more slide that kind of shows the middle process, which I think is important. So super greasy, slightly burned pan, soaked it with some water in the Scour Off, and voila, problem solved. And I made my husband happy because he thought that I ruined one of his pants. But the point being, this is a heavy duty product that you can use. It does have a scouring paste, so you're not going to want to use this on your precious silver or anything that can't handle like a little scrubbing. But it has absolutely saved the day in multiple places in our lives.
Yes. So thank you for sharing that, Daphne. Now, if you thought any of those demos were amazing, drop a comment and let us know which one blew you away the most. And let's interact. Let's have some fun together. Okay, so now what I want to do is take just a minute and ask Barbara, do you want to share your experience with moving over to eco chic living?
Sure. Baby steps for myself, making small steps, small swaps. And I bought the same kit evidently that Mary Grace did because I remember getting the tray, the caddy, and everything in it. Scour Off and Basic H are my best friends. The Scour Off works great on the shower nozzle to get all the calcium buildup. I also like the Basic H. Instead of buying windshield washer fluid, I mix my own. It works great in the car to get the bug juices off. And that's where I'm at with my Shaklee right now is those 2. I've ran out of my Nature Bright, forgot about how wonderful it was. So I know what I'll be putting in my cart for my next order.
Awesome. Thank you. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
Okay. Sylvie, do you have a favorite Get Clean product? You're on mute.
All right, yes. Actually, I was introduced to Shaklee more than 38 years ago before we got married. I was looking, we went to Vancouver, and this is a place where trees are big cedar trees, and nature is fantastic over there. And I couldn't believe that we would throw paint in the water, any pollution into the water. So when I came back, I was looking for a safe solution for the environment. And my neighbor's father was actually a Shaklee distributor. And he's the one who introduced me to Basic Age, actually. And I was really glad I could change for something that was safer for the water and for the planet.
That's lovely. That's a great story. Thank you for sharing that. And Gwen, I don't know if you're available. If you are, if you want to come off mute. If not, that's cool too. I know you're busy, probably juggling a couple of things.
Hey, yeah, sure. Which one do you want me to share about?
Do you want to talk about one of your favorite products? I don't know. How about laundry or something maybe?
Yeah, sure. Well,
Dryer?
actually, I'm really passionate about the dish. Uh,
Oh, yes.
the dishwasher. So because I came into Shaklee because my daughter, when she was 1, ate a Cascade Powerball, and I had to call poison control, and I felt horrible that I had something in my house that poisoned my child. And I went to Target and bought everything natural or better that I could see, and I threw everything away. And I was like, I will never again have anything poisonous in my home. And a friend of mine was watching, I put it on Facebook, and she reached out to me and said, well, I have non-toxic cleaners that are cheaper than Target. And I was like, oh, that'd be good, because that just cost me a lot of money. And so I said, okay, as soon as I get through these, and that didn't take very long because they weren't concentrated like Shaklee. And I got the Get Clean Starter Kit. And that was my beginning to Shaklee. And I've been using them for 14 years.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Gwen. Thanks for being here tonight.
Sure. I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so you're probably asking, what is in this starter kit? So I am going to try my best to get my screen back up to share that with you. But in the meantime, Daphne, can you run a Q&A if people have any questions or anything? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy to answer questions. And while Carla attempts to be Vanna White, the one piece I also wanted to talk about was the fact that it's Earth Day today. If you're watching the replay, it's probably not going to be, or the recording is probably not going to be Earth Day when you're watching. But Basic H was the first official Earth Day product back in the 1970s. So you're talking about a company with history and legacy. These products have been around a long time, and I love that about it because like Gwendolyn, I thought I was buying some of the right green cleaners at the supermarket, and they still weren't safe like Shaklee products. So Carla, we can see the giveaway time. Did you have a Get Clean kit that you wanted to show off, or?
Yes, I'm going to get that out in just a second. But first I want to say, I promised you would have an opportunity to win this lovely reusable grocery bag, but here's how you do it. You have to hop into the Smart Choices Wellness community on Facebook and drop in there a comment, a takeaway, something that you gained. Or for those of you that are using Shaklee products, just post in there one of your favorite products. Okay, and maybe a little story about it, a picture of you with the product or something like that would be amazing. Okay, and if you're not in the Smart Choices community, here's the address: smartchoicescommunity.com, and that'll take you right to the Facebook page. Okay, so if you have any trouble, just let me know. All right, so now we're going to go to the next. What is in the starter kit? The one that I think all of us have purchased at one time or another because it's such a great value. You can basically get rid of all the toxins in your home and get basically $3,400 worth of cleaning product power for only $158. So it's such a great value. That's retail price. So we've got some other good deals to tell you about as well. But here's what's all in it. You see the picture there if you're watching the picture, but I'm going to get out my little caddy. You get this caddy. Okay. Yeah, let me see if I can. Y'all, how are you just seeing a little thing of me? Because I think we need a big. Okay, I'm going to stop this share because I want to show big.
I can see the little thumbnail when you've got the screen.
Yeah. Okay, so here is the caddy. And in it, you're going to get the flagship product, the Basic H. See here, mine's almost gone now. The 3 bottles that we demonstrate, that Daphne demonstrated to you, that's your window cleaner, all-purpose, and degreaser. You're going to get the, let's talk about laundry, move to the laundry room. You're going to get the fresh laundry liquid. This is also a pump that goes on. It makes it real easy to dispense. You're going to get the Nature Bright. These go together. Use them in your laundry. And something we didn't talk about today is our recyclable dryer sheets. I think they're the only ones on the market that are recyclable. So those can be very toxic if you're getting them from other companies. So something to know. You get some little sponge and accessories. Now we're going to move into the kitchen. The hand dish soap. I absolutely love this. With this sponge, 2 drops. I kid you not, you can wash a whole sink full of dishes. And usually one of these, when I live by myself, it'll last a year. When I have other people in the house, it doesn't last as long because everybody uses more than they need to. And then this is the automatic dishwash that Gwen was talking about, and it's concentrated. Remember, everything is concentrated. It's just a little tiny scoop that you use, and it's less expensive than all the others. And you get the Scour Off. Have I missed anything? It comes in this kit. The cleaning cloths. So you get this window one, and then there's a green one. I don't know where mine is, that you just use for general cleaning. And you get these dispensers, refillable dispensers for your dish powder, dishwash powder, and your Nature Bright. That's it. So all of that. Retail $158. Well, that $158 qualifies you for a free membership and free shipping. So it's a really, really good deal. So I'm going to come back to that and show you this again. You get all these things. Ask your ambassador how to get started and save the most money, because that's what we do. We say it's our superpower, saving you money. And then I just wanted to just mention this because sometimes people are watching and they're curious. Hey, what are you guys doing? Well, tell me a little bit about that business. So I'm just going to mention that there is an income opportunity. It can be a side hustle, or it can just be, you just talk to us and we can help you to decide if it's right for you. But it's a great way to share wellness and get rewarded. And if you like helping people, like save money and simplify their routines, this is such a fun business. So let's chat about how our Smart Choices team could be a perfect fit. If that's something you want to know more about, there's no pressure. We just do a conversation and see if it's right for you. Just type info in the comments below or reach out to your ambassador. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. These small choices matter. Your story matters. So stay connected to us in the Smart Choices community. And don't forget to share your favorite moment or your favorite product or any highlight takeaway for a chance to win. Now, I did want to add a few things. These are some bonus slides about cost comparisons, because I think for me, unless I see something, I'm very visual, I just don't understand. You're sitting there going, oh, you're going to save so much money. But here is Clorox stain remover, $13.29 versus $10.35 for the Nature Bright. And you see that with the Clorox stain remover, you get 48 loads. And with the Nature Bright, you get 64 loads. So huge savings, 28 cents versus 16 cents a load. What do you think about that? There's the window cleaner I was telling you about. So there are some discounts when you're a member. So the price is a little bit less for the Basic H and these if you're looking at retail. But it's only a penny to make the window cleaner. So the cost per gallon is a penny for a gallon versus $22 a gallon for the Basic H. I mean, is that crazy or what? This is a product we did not talk about, so I'm glad I went to this slide. This is our Basic G, which is our germicide product. So if you're looking for a product, if you want to disinfect and really kill germs, not just clean, then this product right here is such a great solution. We're comparing today with 7th generation, and the cost per use of 7th generation is 62 cents per use or 34 cents per use for the basic Chic. For the Cascade, remember, Gwen was sharing, you don't want these in your home, especially if you have pets or kids, because, well, they're toxic, deadly, actually. So cost per use 40 cents versus ours is 22 cents. So there's that. That's another reason to use Shaklee products instead. So at this time, I would just like to say thank you again, and I appreciate you joining us. Does anybody have any questions?
Thank you so much. Great.
Go ahead, Gwen.
Oh, thank you so much. This was great. And the only thing I would love to just add is that while we're detoxing our home, I love to use the Shaklee skincare because it detoxes my system, because it's skincare without any harmful effects. It's free of more toxins than any other brand. So I just have to give it, while we're on the subject of being clean and green, I want to give that a shout out.
That's a great tip. Yes, absolutely. We will have to do another one of these just about the clean beauty products.
Yes.
That was good comment. Any other questions or comments, thoughts, last parting words? Mary Grace?
No, I was gonna say, I keep watching the glass of wine and it's getting lighter. So I know it's not in the water, but I'm really interested to see. I'll probably leave it overnight just as a test and see what it looks like in the morning.
Interesting. Post it in our group if it turns completely white. Awesome.
Well, and also with Carla's demo, she had a lid and was able to shake it up, and
Right.
yours was sitting there static. So I really am curious to see what happens. So you have to
We'll shake it right after this.
I love it. Hey, Carla, thank you so much for hosting this event, because this has been a beautiful reminder of the things that I sort of take for granted, right? I've been using these products for a decade now, and I just assume that everybody has trusted products like I do. And so thank you for helping to put this event together, because it's a really important conversation.
Thank you. And I know for you, we started this conversation when you know, your child was being formed.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it's one of my passions is, and Mary Grace, fortunately, you were already using Shaklee products, so it happened for you. But, you know, if you know new moms or moms to be, like, this is such an important topic, you know, to help them not have that incident with, you know, having a childhood poisoning. I mean, that's just so traumatic. So you know, there's no reason to. If you switch to Shaklee products, you won't have anything to worry about. Anything. All of the products are safe. So that's a good thing. So think about them, invite them to watch the replay. I think that'd be really good. So also, and the second group of people I think a lot about are people in perimenopause and menopause, because a lot of people don't realize that the there are so many ingredients that are endocrine disruptors, which affects our hormones and actually
Hormone impacts.
affects reproduction. So for the younger women, but for those of us going through menopause and perimenopause, it can make a difference. Those small changes, not to have your body dealing with that in addition. And so that's, yeah, it's such an important topic. Just need lots and lots of people to get this word out. And that's what we can do. One person, one friend at a time, sharing with another friend. That's how this business works. So thanks again.